Hey guys, it's Sarah, and it is Wednesday night, and I thought that I would make a video to update you guys before I went to bed. But so I've talked about it a few times, and I know I talked about it in my video from Sunday. But I had a few spells, episodes, attacks, whatever you want to call them, since August. The first week in August, I'd had several. I actually had a few more before that, but since August, I've had the 1st of August, I probably had, I don't know, 5, maybe 6 episodes, and I've been putting off going to the doctor. But Saturday afternoon, I started to get one. And they only last about 25-30 minutes every time. But Saturday afternoon, I started to get one. I never really, I just started to get that pain on my right, it's in my right abdomen. But it kind of went away, but then I just never really felt right all day Saturday, and really pretty much have continued to kind of feel that way for the week, most of the week. So, yeah, I think when I made my video Sunday, I told everybody that Slave Martin was not feeling well, which is what I call my tummy. So, we are going on a cruise, not next week, but the next. But we're actually leaving, like midnight, so early Saturday morning, late Friday night, midnight of next Friday. And I thought, I just kept getting so paranoid that I was going to get off on that cruise ship and have like an attack or an episode or it be an emergency situation. So I decided to go ahead and call somebody and try to see somebody Monday. So I did. My dad had told me about this new nurse practitioner that we have, that a friend of his is a nurse for. And so I went to see her, and she told me then in the office, she was like, it sounds very classic gallbladder. And she told me that she thought the only reason my episodes were lasting about 25-30 minutes was because I was actually having those while the stones were trying to pass. The gallstones were passing through. And then when it was over, it was over. They'd ask me a bunch of questions, and I tried to answer them best I could. But the thing was, I really hadn't been able to pinpoint it to any type of foods. And, a lot of times they tell you to stay away from fried or greasy foods, which I really don't eat. I'm not saying I haven't eaten, but just in general, I just don't eat that stuff. So, long story short, way too late for that. I went to, they had scheduled me for an ultrasound this morning on my gallbladder, and she actually had told me, not to be upset if it didn't show anything, blah, 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 blah. Well, I had it this morning, and after the lady got done doing my ultrasound, she said, unofficially, she's like, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but you had gallstones, which I don't know anything about ultrasounds. I've had several through the years, just on different things, and I can honestly tell you that I know nothing about ultrasounds, but I saw the stones. So I knew, I was pretty confident before she even told me that I saw some. So this nurse practitioner called me today. Her name's Morgan, and she said, look, she's like, I've talked to this surgeon, and you can use who you want to use, but I'm going to tell you, he's a really nice guy. I told him what the situation was, that you lost like 172 pounds, that you're young, that you're going on a cruise. And at that time, I told her 2 weeks, which really it's not 2 weeks. But he says he thinks it won't be a problem. I'm going to transfer you over there to his office. She said you can talk to his nurse if you want to set up an appointment, blah, blah, blah. She said if you don't understand, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, So I met with the surgeon this afternoon, and he basically told me, my lining wasn't thickened, and I didn't seem to have any infection, they could tell from the ultrasound, but my gallbladder was full of stones. And he said I was at a 2 out of 3 level, and it would need to come out. And it would need to probably come out as quick as possible, because the problem is I'm already having attacks. I'm already passing the stones, and they're already painful. But he doesn't want my level to go from a 2 to a 3. And he said, it's unlikely it's going to happen while you're on your cruise, but I just don't know when. He said, it may be 2 weeks. It might be, longer than that. He was like, but your symptoms have seemed to increase in the last month and a half. So, he pretty much left it up to me. He said that he thought he could do the surgery tomorrow or Friday and have me well enough to be on the cruise by the following week. And then he said, but if you don't want to do that, I completely understand. If you want to wait till you get back, we can do that too. So I thought about it in the office in the whole 5 minutes, that I had to think about it. And I chose to just wait till I come back. And this was late this afternoon. So after I called my mom and my dad and my brother and his wife and, my husband. My husband was there with me. And told everybody all that. Sorry, I'm not feeling the best anyways. After I got home, not even home, but to my best friend's house, and I started looking over that paperwork, she told me she could give me a food list of foods to stay away from, and foods that I, could eat, that I just need to be careful on the cruise. I got to looking at that, and I got really discouraged because, and I'm going to give you the list in a minute, even though I don't have it in front of me. I remember most of it. Guys, most of the things on that list that I'm not supposed to eat are all things I eat all day, every day. So, I was really discouraged by that, and, I just kept worrying about it. And so, I decided to call him back and ask, could we do the surgery now instead? And of course, they're very awesome about the whole thing. He told me he thought he could squeeze me in. He could work me in for sure Friday, probably tomorrow. But by the time I made the phone call today, they were unable to get a hold of the insurance company to do the precept to be approved for surgery. So it's actually going to be Friday now. So Friday morning sometime I'm having my gallbladder removed. Good news is this surgeon's only been in our area for about 2 months, but he was very aware of the surgery that I'd had. He actually knew my surgeon at Vanderbilt and did some research work with them, and he'd actually done my surgery. So I really felt good about this choice, and even people that know about the type of surgery that I had don't really know. And not that it's a necessity, but I still felt better knowing that he had some awareness of what the sleeve was. So, anyways, there we are. And, I just kept thinking, I really kind of felt like crap and had all week. And I just kept thinking, I didn't want to feel that way on the cruise. So, my chances of having an open surgery versus laparoscopic are low, but higher just because of the previous surgery that I've had. So, and he told me he didn't think it'd be a problem, but, I always have that fear. So I'm hoping and praying that things go smoothly Friday, and that my body heals quickly, and that I will be good to go in time for that cruise. That's my hope. But let me tell you some of the foods that were on that list, guys. I about fell out. These were foods I should avoid. Having the gallstones, eggs, cheese, dairy, turkey, chicken, red meat, beans and legumes, what else? Cauliflower. I can't remember. Pork. Corn, which I don't really eat that much corn anyways. Yeah. Oh, I know. Brussels sprouts, which I actually had some yesterday, and I ended up feeling icky all night last night. So, yeah, I mean, dairy and chicken and turkey, I mean, that's what I eat. And on the cruise, I would have been making healthy choices and probably been eating that stuff. So, I don't know. I'm hoping this was a good decision and I can just get it out of the way and it'll be over and we'll be good to go. So, we'll see. Yeah, so that's where we are. Having surgery on Friday. You know, some good things about it is he's pretty much guaranteed me that he thinks my heartburn will probably be gone. You know, my heartburn's gotten so much worse, and I take something every day. You know, I'm so gassy constantly all the time, so bad so that I'm embarrassed. I'm hoping it will help some of that, and I'm definitely hoping it will take away some pain and some bloating and stuff that I've been having. So, yeah, that's where we are, guys. I'm going to have gallbladder surgery on Friday, and I will try to keep you posted as much as possible. Okay, see ya later. Bye.